Ben Taylor's.
There's lorries over there and there's any other vehicle. Model, isn't it? Look at that big trundle over bag on the back and everything that you can take off. Yeah, it's just a great little fun machine, yeah.
I certainly wouldn't get away with that with all the PC we got around.
It started up about 4 o'clock in the morning just to make sure it's running. Yeah. But anyway, you can tell the story about it.
This afternoon because the other one couldn't be here. We did have, and it was decided that perhaps it might be an idea. And about 5 years later, they can only think of the reaction odor. It was only then that they realised in actual fact what they were looking at in the record was there was a slight difference in the yellow on the rear wheels, but way back in the distance. If you look at the program scan, because the safety plug would have gone in the top of the firebox, so they had to have a red light. 2, 1, whistle!
And they're ideal.
Oh, they get the idea eventually.
That was a bit better, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The locomobile, is it Stanley? Oh, right, yes. And, do you like it? Wonderful, yeah? Boats, of course, a very famous company for both steam engines, steam wagons. And behind that we have another Fowler, actually it's a Fowler Tiger steam tractor. It's a 10-tonner, but realistically it actually weighs quite a bit more than that. Supplied new to Clutton, Rural Disturbance, and that is another Aveling. Another 10-tonner built in 1926, 136, and this is an under-type wagon with all, and it was used for carrying troops and provisions in the First World War to Salisbury Plain, years old, number 3197. Crane engines are quite interesting. They're basically road locomotives with a fixed jib on them, so that as you want to manoeuvre your loads on the it does indeed, through sort of coned clutches.
But of course it's obvious that the traction engine manufacturers believe to have
their Waterloo Works in Andover in 1863. This one was built in 1920. Next in line, next coming down on that day, it was found derelict as a chassis being used as a farm trailer just up the road in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. Many think about the police didn't like windscreens, certainly on buses. Whether it applied to lorries, I don't know, but that of course delayed.
Under the back there. Now some years ago one of the drivers of these steam engines actually wanted some spare chain, so he got on for many years ago now, phoned up manufacturer and said, well, I've got this engine that you built about 100 years.
Built in 1915, spent most of his working life on the Isle of Ely. purchased by the present owner in 1986. It was found for preservation. Motors, of course, built in Sandbach.
And that's been driven today by Albert Bentham. There are very few.
It attended its first rally way back in 1955. Wonderful street scenes as well, so well worth a visit. The bar's usually open, so that's good.
Next one, some people think they're all steamrollers. This one actually is.
Interesting story about that engine, John. It was actually the very first engine that Reg Saunders purchased, because his collection has gone on tremendously this year. It's 1914, number 46817. It was supplied new to Stockton. Yes, I omitted to say on the previous one, that is part of the Shuttleworth collection here and can be seen on a daily basis in the museum, by the way. Yes, this is another one from the same.
Some of the early marine engines were rated in nominal horsepower. You can only assume they used seahorses. But,
and as a works engine and on recovery work in the district.
Another one of the timber tracks, aren't they all? Almost all of them, labelling border. From Rochester in Kent with the prancing horse on the front. Of course, Aveling and Porter made more rollers than anybody.
Yeah, that's quite true. And there's over 600 Aveling and Porter.
You want to have a word with the people in the next one. The water's already boiling. You'll be fine. Now, why you need a thing this size to carry tea, I should never know.
And they built, in the next 17 years, 3,750 wagons. They were chain driven as well, the same as their wagons. So there was a sort of connection there with regard to the manufacturing side of things. The company started in 1875. Bit of an interesting mishmash of things, isn't it? It's a Leyland, I think originally a 4x4 chassis. It's called the Spider. It's a motor capable of 25 miles an hour and can run on
winding drum. And to get that rope to wind up nice and neatly on there, there's a very clever mechanism underneath. There's two gears one running inside another. One's got one less teeth than the other one, so you get a rather nice wind. But these engines can be used for all sorts of things. They were used for ploughing, mould draining, dredging lakes, and at the end of the D-Day excursion into France a couple of days later, relatively easily. And just standing in the middle of the field, this thing comes past on its wheels almost silently. It's just sort of squishing sound.
Supplied new to F.J. Hunt of Guildon Morden. He was so impressed with the performance of it and his other foul engine that he went on. Talking of Avelins, there are actually just one pair of Avelin ploughing engines left, as far as everyone knows, and that's at Thursford Collection up in Norfolk.
You'll have to talk to the driver on this one. This one's a late engine, not in your programme. Solid flywheels, and the ones that we used on the farm had spoked flywheels, in case you hadn't noticed. Why did they do that? Well, they thought...
by Edison's, who'd actually purchased her.
Yes, you used to get the little Edison
drawings that exist. Many of them have been built as copies of Foster's. And this is another one, but this is a full-size copy. And I think 3 of these have been built altogether. We've got at least 2 of them here, I believe, this weekend. So this actually, ladies and gentlemen, is virtually branded with that. He also named a lot of his engines, and they've done the same thing again, but this is now the Denby Maiden. I don't know whether it was original Pendle Maiden, whether you can tell me. Yes, it rollers again now. I think this is a Fowler.
It is indeed. This is number 120 in your programme.